national sovereignty, sovereignty issues, sovereignty disputes, state sovereignty, sovereignty rights, popular sovereignty, territorial sovereignty, sovereignty over territory, economic sovereignty, cultural sovereignty. Ongoing research, ongoing projects, ongoing investigation, ongoing development, ongoing process, ongoing support, ongoing discussions, ongoing efforts. Stipulate conditions, stipulate requirements, stipulate terms, stipulate in a contract, stipulate guidelines, stipulate obligations, stipulate provisions, stipulate rules, stipulate criteria, stipulate agreements. Causality in research, causality and correlation, establishing causality, causality in science, causality in economics, causality in philosophy, causality in psychology, causality and effect, causality in history, causality in medicine. Expedite the process, expedite delivery, expedite approval, expedite a request, expedite work, expedite services, expedite transactions, expedite shipping, expedite procedures, expedite resolution. Mitigate risks, mitigate effects, mitigate damage, mitigate impact, mitigate consequences, mitigate climate change, mitigate threats, mitigate issues, mitigate challenges, mitigate concerns. Exacerbate the problem, exacerbate the situation, exacerbate the conflict, exacerbate symptoms, exacerbate tensions, exacerbate issues, exacerbate the crisis, exacerbate pain, exacerbate differences, exacerbate conditions. Impede progress, impede growth, impede development, impede movement, impede flow, impede efforts, impede success, impede operations, impede access, impede work. Emotional resilience, resilience to stress, building resilience, community resilience, organizational resilience, physical resilience, resilience training, resilience strategies, resilience in ecosystems, resilience and recovery. Synthesize information, synthesize data, synthesize knowledge, synthesize materials, synthesize results, synthesize voices, synthesize perspectives, synthesize chemicals, synthesize compounds, synthesize strategies. Discernment in choices, discernment of quality, moral discernment, discernment in decision-making, discernment in relationships, discernment in business, discernment in art, discernment in literature, discernment in leadership, spiritual discernment. Ameliorate conditions, ameliorate symptoms, ameliorate suffering, ameliorate the situation, ameliorate pain, ameliorate effects, ameliorate problems, ameliorate poverty, ameliorate impact, ameliorate risk. Precipitate a crisis, precipitate change, precipitate events, precipitate action, precipitate reactions, precipitate a conflict, precipitate a response, precipitate growth, precipitate decline, precipitate a debate. Selection criterion, evaluation criterion, criterion for success, criterion of quality, criterion for judgment, criterion for assessment, criterion for eligibility, criterion for comparison, criterion for acceptance, criterion for analysis. Conducive environment, conducive to learning, conducive to health, conducive to growth, conducive to creativity, conducive to success, conducive to relaxation, conducive conditions, conducive atmosphere, conducive to innovation. Chemical equilibrium, economic equilibrium, emotional equilibrium, physical equilibrium, ecological equilibrium, market equilibrium, thermal equilibrium, dynamic equilibrium, equilibrium state, equilibrium point. Musical repertoire, theatrical repertoire, repertoire of skills, repertoire expansion, dance repertoire, repertoire development, repertoire of techniques, repertoire of services, repertoire of solutions, repertoire of knowledge. Facilitate learning, facilitate communication, facilitate access, facilitate trade, facilitate improvement, facilitate collaboration, facilitate change, facilitate transactions, facilitate understanding, facilitate operations. Diversification strategy, business diversification, investment diversification, economic diversification, diversification of resources, diversification in agriculture, risk diversification, portfolio diversification, market diversification, diversification benefits. Physical manifestation, manifestation of symptoms, spiritual manifestation, manifestation of ideas, manifestation in art, legal manifestation, manifestation of social unrest, emotional manifestation, manifestation of culture, manifestation of policies. Perpetuate a cycle, perpetuate stereotypes, perpetuate traditions, perpetuate the status quo, perpetuate myths, perpetuate violence, perpetuate inequality, perpetuate memories, perpetuate conflict, perpetuate a legacy. Substantiate claims, substantiate evidence, substantiate reports, substantiate theories, substantiate allegations, substantiate findings, substantiate arguments, substantiate research, substantiate accusations, substantiate data. Efficacy of treatment, clinical efficacy, efficacy studies, efficacy and safety, efficacy in education, efficacy of vaccines, efficacy of methods, efficacy of interventions, therapeutic efficacy, efficacy in public health. Versatility in skills, versatility of use, versatility in technology, professional versatility, versatility in sports, versatility in applications, versatility in design, versatility of materials, versatility in performance, versatility in roles. Propensity for risk, propensity to innovate, propensity for violence, propensity to learn, propensity for change, consumer propensity, propensity to save, propensity for aggression, propensity in behavior, propensity towards generosity. Financial predicament, ethical predicament, legal predicament, social predicament, personal predicament, professional predicament, political predicament, moral predicament, predicament of choice, predicament in relationships. Economic repercussions, social repercussions, political repercussions, environmental repercussions, health repercussions, legal repercussions, repercussions on society, psychological repercussions, global repercussions, long-term repercussions. Sustain growth, sustain efforts, sustain interest, sustain damage, sustain operations, sustain life, sustain momentum, sustain support, sustain development, sustain investments. Diversify portfolio, diversify investments, diversify economy, diversify products, diversify services, diversify sources, diversify offerings, diversify income, diversify strategies, diversify markets. Precipitate change, precipitate events, precipitate a crisis, precipitate action, precipitate conflict, precipitate a reaction, precipitate a fall, precipitate a decision, precipitate growth, precipitate decline. Scrutinize details, scrutinize documents, scrutinize data, scrutinize behavior, scrutinize accounts, scrutinize practices, scrutinize evidence, scrutinize plans, scrutinize policies, scrutinize procedures. Endeavor to succeed, endeavor to understand, endeavor to improve, endeavor to solve, endeavor to find, endeavor to achieve, endeavor to complete, endeavor to explain, endeavor to assist, endeavor to change. Prolific writer, prolific artist, prolific period, prolific researcher, prolific inventor, prolific output, prolific career, prolific growth, prolific production, prolific contributor. Lucid explanation, lucid writing, lucid thought, lucid dream, lucid presentation, lucid argument, lucid style, lucid instructions, lucid communication, lucid analysis. Deterrent effect, nuclear deterrent, crime deterrent, deterrent measures, deterrent strategies, deterrent to theft, deterrent policy, deterrent force, economic deterrent, legal deterrent. Aptitude for learning, aptitude test, mathematical aptitude, aptitude in music, language aptitude, technical aptitude, aptitude for science, aptitude for art, leadership aptitude, physical aptitude. Integrate systems, integrate data, integrate resources, integrate technology, integrate approaches, integrate services, integrate operations, integrate solutions, integrate strategies, integrate communities. Coalesce around a cause, coalesce into a whole, coalesce as a team, coalesce for action, coalesce from fragments, coalesce ideas, coalesce into unity, coalesce strategies, coalesce efforts, coalesce resources. Alleviate pain, alleviate suffering, alleviate symptoms, alleviate stress, alleviate poverty, alleviate pressure, alleviate eccentricity of behavior, eccentricity of style, eccentricity of design, eccentricity of character, eccentricity of personality, eccentricity of appearance, eccentricity of thought, eccentricity of taste, eccentricity of ideas. Efficacy of treatment, efficacy of therapy, efficacy of medication, efficacy of vaccine, efficacy of intervention, efficacy of program, efficacy of strategy, efficacy of approach, efficacy of technique, efficacy of method. Equivocate on, equivocate about, equivocate with, equivocate between, equivocate over, equivocate around, equivocate regarding, equivocate concerning, equivocate regarding, equivocate with words, equivocate response. Esoteric knowledge, esoteric subject, esoteric language, esoteric practice, esoteric tradition, esoteric concept, esoteric philosophy, esoteric teachings, esoteric understanding, esoteric meaning. Expediency of action, expediency of decision, expediency of choice, expediency of approach, expediency of solution, expediency of method, expediency of measures, expediency of policy, expediency of behavior. Extol virtues, extol benefits, extol merits, extol qualities, extol accomplishments, extol achievements, extol values, extol greatness, extol wisdom, extol talent, extol generosity. Facilitation of communication, facilitation of cooperation, facilitation of collaboration, facilitation of learning, facilitation of process, facilitation of interaction, facilitation of discussion, facilitation of access. Mental fortitude, emotional fortitude, moral fortitude, physical fortitude, inner strength, inner resilience, inner determination, inner courage, inner resolve, inner perseverance. Incisive analysis, incisive commentary, incisive critique, incisive observation, incisive questioning, incisive remarks, incisive remarks, incisive remarks, incisive insights, incisive perspective. Make inference, draw inference from, make inference about, make inference from, make inference based on, draw inference based on, make logical inference, make reasonable inference. Innuendo about, innuendo of, innuendo regarding, innuendo concerning, innuendo involving, innuendo with, innuendo-laden remarks, innuendo-laden comments, innuendo-laden statements. Insinuate that, insinuate about, insinuate against, insinuate into, insinuate towards, insinuate with, insinuate without, insinuate suspicions, insinuate accusations, insinuate intentions, insinuate implications. Intuition about, intuition of, intuition regarding, intuition concerning, intuition into, intuition towards, intuition with, intuition without, intuition-based decision, intuition-driven action. Juxtaposition of ideas, juxtaposition of images, juxtaposition of concepts, juxtaposition of colors, juxtaposition of themes, juxtaposition of styles, juxtaposition of elements, juxtaposition of opposites. Lucidity of thought, lucidity of expression, lucidity of writing, lucidity of speech, lucidity of mind, lucidity of argument, lucidity of explanation, lucidity of reasoning, lucidity of presentation. Magnitude of impact, magnitude of change, magnitude of effect, magnitude of influence, magnitude of problem, magnitude of disaster, magnitude of crisis, magnitude of scale, magnitude of achievement, magnitude of risk. Meticulous planning, meticulous attention, meticulous work, meticulous craftsmanship, meticulous preparation, meticulous research, meticulous analysis, meticulous execution, meticulous monitoring, meticulous inspection. Modality of treatment, modality of therapy, modality of intervention, modality of expression, modality of learning, modality of communication, modality of presentation, modality of assessment, modality of experience. Scientific nomenclature, taxonomic nomenclature, biological nomenclature, chemical nomenclature, botanical nomenclature, zoological nomenclature, medical nomenclature, linguistic nomenclature, terminological nomenclature. Obfuscate meaning, obfuscate issue, obfuscate language, obfuscate truth, obfuscate intent, obfuscate purpose, obfuscate details, obfuscate facts, obfuscate reality, obfuscate situation, obfuscate findings. Oscillation between, oscillation of, oscillation in, oscillation around, oscillation back and forth, oscillation pattern, oscillation motion, oscillation frequency, oscillation rhythm, oscillation behavior. Paradigm shift, paradigm change, paradigm shift in, paradigm shift towards, paradigm shift away from, paradigm shift from, paradigm shift to, paradigm shift within, paradigm shift of, paradigm shift regarding. Gender parity, pay parity, wage parity, income parity, racial parity, economic parity, social parity, educational parity, gender parity in, parity between, parity with, parity among, parity for. Perspicacity of judgment, perspicacity of observation, perspicacity of analysis, perspicacity of insight, perspicacity of perception, perspicacity of reasoning, perspicacity of thought, perspicacity of foresight. Political polemic, polemic against, polemic on, polemic with, polemic article, polemic debate, polemic speech, polemic critique, polemic literature, polemic writing, polemic tone. Postulate theory, postulate hypothesis, postulate idea, postulate concept, postulate model, postulate principle, postulate argument, postulate assumption, postulate framework, postulate explanation. Political pragmatism, pragmatism over ideology, pragmatism in action, pragmatism versus idealism, pragmatism versus principle, pragmatism approach, pragmatism philosophy, pragmatism perspective, pragmatism strategy. Rainfall precipitation, snowfall precipitation, precipitation process, precipitation reaction, precipitation rate, precipitation event, precipitation pattern, precipitation cycle, precipitation mechanism, precipitation phase. Predilection for, predilection towards, predilection of, predilection to, predilection against, predilection in favor of, predilection against, predilection toward, predilection about, predilection regarding. Profundity of wisdom, profundity of insight, profundity of understanding, profundity of thought, profundity of emotion, profundity of feeling, profundity of experience, profundity of analysis, profundity of observation. Propensity for, propensity towards, propensity of, propensity to, propensity against, propensity in favor of, propensity regarding, propensity involving, propensity toward, propensity about. Provocative question, provocative statement, provocative idea, provocative artwork, provocative image, provocative behavior, provocative discussion, provocative topic, provocative content, provocative material. Reciprocity agreement, reciprocity principle, reciprocity relationship, reciprocity deal, reciprocity treaty, reciprocity exchange, reciprocity understanding, reciprocity arrangement, reciprocity cooperation. Reticent about, reticent to, reticent on, reticent with, reticent in, reticent regarding, reticent concerning, reticent towards, reticent to discuss, reticent to reveal, reticent to share. Sagacity of mind, sagacity of judgment, sagacity of insight, sagacity of perception, sagacity of reasoning, sagacity of thought, sagacity of decision-making, sagacity of analysis, sagacity of understanding. Serendipity moment, serendipity discovery, serendipity encounter, serendipity occurrence, serendipity event, serendipity experience, serendipity finding, serendipity accident, serendipity stroke of luck. Speculation about, speculation on, speculation regarding, speculation concerning, speculation over, speculation surrounding, speculation in, speculation into, speculation as to, speculation hypothesis. Social stratification, economic stratification, cultural stratification, stratification of society, stratification of wealth, stratification of income, stratification of power, stratification of education. Substantiate claim, substantiate argument, substantiate evidence, substantiate theory, substantiate assertion, substantiate statement, substantiate hypothesis, substantiate finding, substantiate conclusion. superfluous information, superfluous details, superfluous words, superfluous decorations, superfluous